everyone, it's Scott here from CanGeek Games and Collectibles. Welcome back to CanGeek's As Fate Would Have It, Fate Accelerated game, which we are uploading to the CanGeek YouTube channel and to our Facebook page. I am once again joined by these three amazing people. We have Chris, Greg, Anthony. So, welcome back, guys. Now,
Huzzah.
we are going to do a very quick recap because we took last weekend off just to make sure that everyone remembers where we left off, and then we're going to jump right into this. So, as we went through day number one, Heinrich, Maya, and Pete went to a local university library so that Maya could do research into this elusive name that no one seems to know anything about. Maya determined that this name was meant to represent one of the three goddesses of fate as found in Norse mythology. As your party left the library, you were accosted on the front steps by two individuals dressed in, plain black suits. You got into a bit of a scuffle with them, ended up killing one of them on the steps of the library. You recovered a dagger.
That was him. He did that.
You recovered a dagger from the body. You loaded the other guy who was incapacitated into the back of Pete's vehicle. You guys took off over to Heinrich's place where your intentions were to question this individual. Heinrich left the room for a moment to get the sodium pentothal. And at that point, this individual sputtered out something about being avenged by his brothers, grinded his teeth together, and a nasty looking white foam started to emerge from his mouth, and he fell over dead.
You had one job.
Now, after he died, you searched his body. Pete discovered a piece of paper with a phone number on it. There was some debate over who was going to research that phone number. Ultimately, you used Google to do a reverse lookup on the phone number and discovered that it was a professional business number attached to Clint Dufresne's cafe. As we concluded the game, Heinrich intended to do an autopsy on these two bodies because in the last game session we learned that Heinrich has some very questionable ethics. Maya decided that she was going to spend the night with Pete and Heinrich in Heinrich's very large mansion that for some reason Heinrich chooses not to sleep in. He likes the servants' quarters, which are somewhat removed from the mansion. It is also very important to note that we learned that Joseph Uzma likes to use blackmail as a form of coercing people to do what he wants them to do. So we also learned that as part of Heinrich's very questionable ethical background, there are certain law enforcement agencies that would like to speak with him. And we also discovered when Maya questioned Pete about who the hell was shooting at them, that Pete is on the run after being involved in a security job that went wrong where he was framed for the murder of a .com billionaire. So, we are now going to resume. We are at Heinrich's place. Heinrich is about to conduct an autopsy on these two individuals, and Maya has decided that she is going to spend the night in her pink bedroom at Heinrich's place. Apparently, Heinrich has a guest bedroom that he has decided to paint pink. So
it's the pink room.
It's the pink room. So here's where we're going to begin. We're actually going to begin with Heinrich. Heinrich, so you said that you would like to perform an autopsy on these two individuals. I'd like you to walk us through that and let us know,
I want you to botch it.
Yeah, I'd like to know how this autopsy plays out and, what happens during this autopsy. So, you've got the one dead body in the back of the van. You've got the other one, or sorry, no, he was strapped to a chair, pardon me. So you've got the two dead bodies strapped to a chair, and you're going to perform an autopsy. Now, very quickly, before you walk us through that, I also want to remind you guys, Heinrich and Pete, you both have 4 fate points right now. Maya, you have 1 fate point right now. It is very important to note that you will not fall below 1 fate point, okay? However, obviously you want to earn more. Your refresh.
I actually have 5, I think, Scott. I got a fate point last session, and I don't think I spent it.
Okay, so that's fine. You have 5.
Yeah.
Heinrich has 4. Maya has 1. Maya, your refresh is free, but that is from scenario to scenario. So right now you're operating off of 1 fate point. At some point, you're going to want to find a way to earn a few more fate points here. That's how I'm going to determine this. Now, Heinrich, if you could please walk us through your autopsy. What is it that you're hoping to accomplish with this autopsy, and what are you looking for? So, sir, the medical
Okay.
lab is yours.
Mwahaha. Okay. Well, first thing is I gotta slab one of these guys, right? I mean, I need someone to work. So, let's see. Where's a good place for an autopsy? I know, the dining room.
Fair enough.
So,
So, you drag a body off to the dining room.
clear the dining table, toss them on. Now here's where things get fun. All right. So, a couple things I'm looking for. Because I mean, depending on how long he's been dead, how long have I had?
Let me ask you a question first of all. Let's just be clear on this to determine how long he's been dead. Are you doing an autopsy on the individual that was killed at the library, or are you doing the autopsy on the guy that just killed himself in that chair?
The guy who just killed himself.
Then
The live one.
Then you know what? We concluded at 7 p.m. last game session. I'm still gonna say that you're on that same day. So why don't we say it's been 7:15?
Okay. All right. So his body's still warm. Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's see. Okay. Well, dining room it is. Okay. So throw him on the slab, or the dining room table. And I want to find out some things. So obviously he's got to get naked. So cut his clothes off. Check the clothes. Who made the clothes?
They're very nondescript, is what I'm going to tell you. They look like clothes that could have been bought from any standard clothier, like Moore's Clothing, for example. Okay.
But how's the cut? Are these things custom suits, or are they off the rack?
Okay. Well, let's call this a situational aspect. Are you going to invoke an aspect?
Well, I mean, let's see. Intelligence. Sorry, my where's my character sheet? Arr. So. That was juicy. Oh man.
Well, you're looking at the clothing, just so you know. Maya just sneezed on the corpse.
Goobers. I'm trying to work here.
Well, what difference does it make? He's already dead. I'm not going to give him a disease.
No COVID for the corpse.
Seriously.
That's horrible. But
that's just wrong, man.
Yeah, sorry. But
yeah, that's bad.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that was wrong, man.
I'm sorry. No. It was the first thing that came to mind when she said, "I'm not going to give him a disease."
So. Okay. The only aspects I have are mad science, bad science, big schnob, and Wather P99. So, actually, big schnob would probably, be the aspect that I would invoke on this one because I know my clothing, right?
Okay,
I may only wear a.
Attach that aspect to an approach, please.
Okay. Well, the approach in this case would obviously be, I know my clothing. I like my suits. Suits, you gotta look good, right?
Okay, so what approach are you going to attach it to?
So the approach, it'd probably be under clever in this case.
It would be under clever.
Because, yes, because I would know my clothing. It would
Okay.
look good.
You know what? That's fine. You look at the suit and you determine that you definitely know the suit. So you tell me, is the suit high end or is the suit something that you would buy off the rack?
Oh, it's bespoke, baby.
Hmm?
You know, there's a certain stitching. There's only very, very few people who know the stitching. This is wonderful stitching. And of course, that means that it would have to have come from a specific what's the term for it? A clothier.
Okay.
So yeah, so we can follow up on the clothier,
Okay.
ask him, who he made the suits for.
Okay. So who made the suit? Give me the name of the clothier.
Bernie and Bernie.
Bernie and Bernie made the suit. Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
So, we'll say that you have determined that this corpse is wearing a finely manufactured suit made by Bernie and Bernie Clothiers.
Yep.
What next?
Bespoke tailors. So from next thing on, I actually would like to check um a few things. Because again, now that we know where the clothes came from, we can find out, who the customer is. In addition, I'm looking for, check his hands. Because what kind of hands are they? Are they workman's hands? Are they, a painter's hands? Right? Has this guy basically been, trained like John Wick from birth to death, just to
Yes.
kill people?
Yeah, I see where you're going here. So, in this particular case, I am actually going to ask you for a dice roll. And
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to roll your clever approach. Add your bonus to it. Sorry, I can't really make that out. So just tell me what it is. It's fine. Okay, so 4, 6, 5, and 5. Okay, so
+3.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a +3 on my witch.
Okay.
Technology is wonderful, isn't it?
Okay. Definitely John Wick hands.
Okay. All right. Well, that means he's born, raised, trained to be an assassin, or at least a killer.
Yep.
Um, and then check for stretch marks on his body. And the reason why I look for stretch marks is because if he had trained basically normally, he wouldn't necessarily have stretch marks. But if he, for example, had been pumped full of steroids or other muscle enhancers, that massive sudden increase could lead to stretch marks.
Okay.
For yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you that this guy's hands definitely indicate that he has some form of training. Okay. There are no stretch marks.
I mean, on his body, not on
Yeah.
his hands.
No, no. I know what you mean. You do not find stretch
Okay.
marks on the body.
All right. And any other scars or identifiable scars damage to his body, other than obviously the shit that we did to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you see a few injuries on the body that can be attributed to previous conflicts.
Okay. But any distinct scar, like branding,
No,
tattooing.
no,
No tattoos, no branding.
no tattoos, nothing that screams, "Hey, go here." Okay, there's scarring on the body that looks like he's previously been stabbed a couple times, possibly shot once or twice in the past, but nothing that is distinct other than injuries that would be obvious from previous conflicts.
Okay. No, I'm not talking about injuries. I'm talking about, as I said, tattoos or any
No,
type of
no.
marks. Okay. Um. Well. Well, he didn't have his head bashed in, so I'm not going to bother with a craniotomy.
Yep.
But
So that's
because I could do that with the other guy who had his head bashed in.
okay.
That's more fun.
So that's
But
the first body. Okay.
okay, so
Yep.
I mean, I could rummage around inside his guts, but I don't think that's really useful at this point.
Is
Okay,
it
well, grab.
okay? The question though is it useful to your character's development based on your previously
Oh no, this is
documented
just to
traits?
find out. This is just to find out more information about who our assailant is.
Fair enough.
The more I mean, the next thing to do is you'll grab body 2 and toss him on the slab too.
Dining room table he goes on to. Maya, do you want to sneeze on this one?
I'll think about it.
I mean, unless you want to spread the goobers from body 1 over to body 2.
We can do that too. That might be easier.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
fair enough. All right,
Boy,
so
indignities to the indignities. Oh.
Sis the mad scientist. Okay.
Hey! I have a purpose. It's for science.
Okay. So
I'm sure.
Body 2 hits the table. Walk me through the autopsy of the second body, please.
Well, let's see. I'm pretty sure his head got smashed on the concrete, so
Well,
the back half of his head's soft.
So remember, what happened here is he was shot in the back of the leg trying to make a break down the stairs, and he fell down the stairs head first.
Oh, head first. Okay.
And smashed the front half of his face off of the concrete. By the time you guys got to him and rode him over, he was already dead. Okay? Like
your fault.
The front of
you did this too.
The front of his face was caved in. Okay, so
okay. Whoa, that's a mess. Oops. Yeah. Oops. Oops. He says. Okay. So, yeah. Oops. Okay. Well. All right. Well, let's take part of his face off and then check his brain. I know that sounds weird. Okay, the reason is because I want to see if there's any type of augmentations, modifications, any type of marking, scarring, or anything that's unusual.
Okay. Your character definitely has a background where you would be able to tell. You look at his brain, and there is nothing out of the ordinary. It looks like a standard human brain.
Yeah, brain, human, 1. Okay. Check his suit. Is it made by Bernie and Bernie?
Yes.
Bernie and Bernie. Wow. Well, that's about... I mean, we've got at least one lead. That's the phone number. And we got a lead from Bernie... Well, Bernie and Bernie.
So you have 2 leads at this point. The first lead is this phone number that was found on one of the bodies that will require you to follow up with Clint Dufresne. The second lead is the suit that you have now determined has come from Bernie and Bernie's, and both of them are wearing the same suits. Now, I'm also going to go so far as to say, although you didn't ask, you check the rest of the second body. It has the, more or less the same things that you found on the first body. So hands that look like they know what they're doing. There's signs of physical injuries on various parts of the body that were previously incurred.
Okay.
Okay, so these guys,
Do they have fingerprints?
Yeah, you know what? They have fingerprints. We'll say that they definitely have fingerprints.
So we know they're not true assassins, because true assassins don't have fingerprints.
Yep, I would agree with that. So they definitely have the appearance of hired muscle, at least to you right now. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah.
Grab their fingerprints. I can use them for later.
Sure. Okay. You got their fingerprints.
Okay. Can I get the fingers too?
If you want to remove the fingers.
Because there might be a finger. Oh, and I'll need eyeballs. Just in case there's an eyeball scan. What?
To be very clear,
It's not
here,
that gross. It's logical.
Like a retinal scan somewhere?
Heinrich is dissecting these bodies like he's carving up Christmas dinner. Maya and Pete, the two of you are standing there watching this. Do either of you want to do or say anything at this point? Like Heinrich looks like a kid playing with Lego. Ooh.
Okay, so
Well,
what are you gonna do with the
but yes.
fingerprints? What are you doing with the
Biometric
fingerprints?
scanners. Just in case there are biometric scanners in the future.
In the future. Now that
Yes.
you have access to run the fingerprints to get an identity match somewhere, somehow.
Oh,
Well, I was
that's a
going
good
to say,
idea
if
too.
these guys were sent
Right?
from our cafe friend, I don't know, if they were that. I was going to say that's
Yes, but hands are always useful. Haven't you ever needed an extra hand?
So,
I'll leave my own, thank you.
so Pete, what I'm going to tell you, or what I'll tell you specifically, Greg, is you guys don't know who sent these two yet. You
Mhm.
definitely have two leads right now that do need to be followed up on. You can either tomorrow follow up with Clint Dufresne, or Heinrich has now revealed that these suits were manufactured by a high-end clothier, Bernie and Bernie. So you have two leads that you can follow up on at some point now.
Well, I think we should go with Clint first, right?
Whichever way your party agrees to go here.
I think
I'd
we
rather
should
check
follow up
Bernie and
on
Bernie.
both.
Okay?
Regardless,
rather
we
check
have
on
to
Bernie
do
and Bernie.
both. We have to do both regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do Bernie and Bernie, then we can take that information and go to Clint and confront him with everything we know. So
And we have hands too. Extra hands.
and eyeballs.
And eyeballs.
Okay.
What?
So
No one has a biometric scanner for a toe print. Come on.
Okay, so I just want to be clear.
Like, who goes like this and sticks their foot up against a biometric scanner? Seriously.
Oh my god. Okay.
Only you, Heinrich. Only you.
So I just want
Well,
to
no
be
one would
clear.
think of it.
Is the majority deciding here that you're going to follow up in the morning with Bernie and Bernie first?
I would.
Sure.
Then we can confront Clint.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
So the rest of the evening goes.
I have to dispose of what's left of the bodies.
How do you
There's
do
a
it?
lye pit in the back, just
Okay.
outside my lab.
Will we not burn them somewhere?
Oh,
Get rid of any evidence?
he's looking to decompose them.
Lye pit. A handy little pile of lye that you could break down the bodies and no one will notice. Why would you burn them?
To get rid of DNA?
Hey, Heinrich.
Aside from what we're keeping?
So Heinrich, it's your house, your rules. How are you disposing of these two corpses?
I was going to say, you probably have an incinerator out back somewhere.
I do, but that's not the point. That's to get rid of their clothing. No. The incinerator is to get rid of all the other stuff. No.
So why do you want them to decompose? They're gonna stink up the place.
Not in the lye pit.
Okay.
Never mind.
So
okay.
Is that how you?
Sorry, lion pit, as in lions.
Lye. L-Y-E.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I didn't hear you properly. Stop it.
So Heinrich, you definitely dispose of the bodies. No, I'm saying decompose. You dispose of the bodies in your lye pit. Okay. The bodies are off the table. If you see what I did there. It's
in more than one way.
In more than one way. So the rest of the evening goes fairly uneventfully. Okay.
I go back to my quarters.
Heinrich exits the house and goes back to his quarters. You folks can have drinks, have dinner. I'd recommend not eating dinner off that table, though. Whatever it is you choose to do for the remainder of the evening before calling it a night. Okay, so I would say at this point you have had your dinner, you've had your drinks, you've come to terms with the fact that the first thing you're going to do as a group tomorrow is follow up with Bernie and Bernie Clothiers. Heinrich has left the house to go back to his
residence. Left the building. You have to use that proper term. I have left the building.
Heinrich has left the building to go back to his house, and the two of you retire to your individual bedrooms for the evening. Now, very clearly, we are going to once again reiterate that Maya has determined her bedroom is pink. So, couple hours go by, about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning sets in, and Maya, you're putting in a fairly decent night's sleep. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You start to feel uneasy.
Mm.
I need you to give me one moment. I just want to check one thing here.
Okay.
Confirm which one we are going to use for you here. Yes. Okay. Maya, I need you to give me a careful row and remember to add your approach bonus for careful to whatever you get.
Okay, sorry.
Careful row.
Okay, for roll.
So
So my
roll your fate dice and then
okay.
add your careful approach to whatever your row is.
Okay. Okay. So I got a plus, a minus, and two blanks. So it all wipes out
And what's your
each
careful?
other. Two.
So right now you're operating off of 2.
Two. Yes.
Okay. Maya,
Unfortunately. Mm-hmm.
you open your eyes. You
Mm-hmm.
have this very uneasy feeling. You can't describe it. It feels like the room has suddenly become cold. Very, very cold. You look around the room, there are no open windows. Okay? You try to go back to sleep.
I was going to say you're cutting out.
Okay. So, you open your eyes, Maya. You
Mm-hmm.
look around the room. The room feels very cold to you. Everything suddenly feels cold to the touch. You look around the room. There are no open windows. You row over and you try to go back to sleep. Give me another careful roll, please.
Another careful roll.
Yep.
Three pluses and one minus. So that's a two plus my two careful. So that's a four.
Okay. Your stomach feels incredibly uneasy. You feel like you want to be sick to your stomach, but you can't. You open your eyes, you sit up in bed from the waist so you
Heinrich
sort
there.
of lean forward.
Okay.
You look around the room. Something doesn't seem right to you in this room. Everything feels incredibly cold.
It's
Uh,
about time I turn on the light.
Almost about the feeling that you would have walking into a morgue. You try to turn on the lights. Give me a careful roll.
Oh, another one?
Yep.
Okay. I have three minuses and one plus.
Okay.
So my careful is
Pardon me. Your careful
I'm
is
at zero. I've got
okay.
one plus and three minuses. So
That
that's
that
two minuses.
that's fine.
Mhm.
You reach over.
Zero.
You reach over to turn on the lamp. The lamp doesn't turn on. You look around the room. You look at the wall directly across from your bed. It's dripping with blood. Absolutely dripping with blood. The
Ah.
Yep, normal reaction, you scream. You find the louder you scream and the longer you scream, more blood starts pouring out of the cracks of this wall. Like we're talking gushing blood running down this wall at this point. What do you,
Heinrich, you SOB, what did you do to your house?
okay? She screams it. Now,
The Shining.
now,
It's coming from the cracks of the wall.
now, you look around the floor around the bed, and the level of blood seems to be rising towards the bed. Give me a careful roll, please.
This must be a nightmare. Careful roll. Jeez. 2 pluses, 2 minuses. I'm still at 2.
Okay. Yeah. I would recommend.
I run.
Oh, it may not be a bad idea. I'd be getting the hell out of that room. Okay, so what do you
That's
do?
me running. I'm
Okay,
running.
so
Can you hear that? My footsteps?
Yep. So you run to the door, you whip the door open, you run out into the hallway. Okay? You're in the
Mm-hmm.
hallway now. You're looking down this long, dark hallway. There's
Where's the
closed
light?
there's closed doors on every side of the hallway. There is a window at the very end of this hallway with a pale moonlight coming through the window. It is the only light you see is the light coming in through the window at the end of this hallway.
Aren't there any light switches around
Not
me in the
not that you
hallway?
can see, you're in the dark. So
Uh,
you look back at the room that you just came out of. The blood is pouring out from under the door now into the hallway.
I run.
Okay,
Run
definitely.
blindly.
So you're running blindly down the hallway screaming, Heinrich, you son of a bitch! Okay, as you go
What
run,
did you do?
as you go running down the hallway, Pete emerges from one of the rooms and asks, "What the hell's wrong with you? What are you doing?"
Run, Pete, run!
Just in time for you to see a fist explode through the back of Pete's chest. All you see is a hand at this point come through the front of Pete's chest.
Okay, it's a nightmare.
The hand yanks backwards and then comes flying out of his chest again, holding his still warm beating heart. Fa-boom, fa-boom, fa-boom. Give me a careful roll, please.
Okay. I want to wake up from this dream. Oh, brother. Okay, so plus, minus, and 2 blanks, so I'm at a 2.
Okay. Pete's body slumps forward and hits the ground and explodes into this giant mess of blood and, you know, distorted flesh. You see Heinrich standing there, holding Pete's still beating heart. Heinrich looks at you and in his best voice says,
Dinner?
No, thank you.
"Give me a careful roll."
Yay, I have a plus and 3 blanks, so I'm at 3.
Okay. You wake up screaming. Pete, you're a couple rooms down. Give me a careful roll, please.
Sure.
Sorry, me or Pete?
Pete.
Okay.
And it's 4 plus the number, right?
Yeah, so roll your 4
Scott?
dice. Yeah, roll your 4 dice.
Yeah.
And whatever you roll for, pluses and minuses, you add your numbers to whatever your careful score is.
I'm at a -1.
-1 right now. Okay. So Pete,
3 threes and 1 1.
3 threes and 1. Okay.
Awesome.
And what is your careful score?
2.
2. Okay. So Pete.
But sorry, there were 5. Sorry, 5 threes and 1. It was 6 in total.
Okay, that's fine. So, Pete, you gradually start to wake up momentarily. You're pretty sure you heard someone scream. But then you chuck it up to, well, it's probably the shit that I went through, in the Egypt. Goddamn bad dreams. And you roll over and you go back to sleep.
Yep.
So Maya, you're now sitting there in this room. It's pink. There's no blood pouring out of the wall. Okay? You're shivering. This was a very, very disturbing dream. I need to know what you do. Yep. I need to know what you do now. So you're sitting there. Takes you a moment or two to clue in. There is no blood gushing out of the wall. The bedroom door is still closed. But this was a very disturbing dream. What do you do next?
Well, first of all, I really look around the walls wherever the cracks were, where the blood's pouring down, look on the floor, try the lamp, make sure that it's actually turning on, and I leave it on. I check and then, catch my breath and and now the next thing I need to go check on Pete just for the sake of argument.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
keep it. That's your dinner.
To be very clear, you're leaving your room and
Just very cautiously,
you are walking down this hallway to check on Pete.
tiptoeing with
Okay.
my bedroom light
So
on and the door
okay,
open.
fair enough.
So I have lots of light coming
Okay,
into the hallway.
perfect. So let's be clear on this, okay? There are no lights in the hallway. You don't know where the switches are. You definitely leave the bedroom door open with a light from the room helping to illuminate part of the hallway. Pete's room
Yes.
is about 5 or 6 rooms down the hall. So this light will illuminate, I would say, the first 2 rooms as you exit into the hallway and start walking down it, but there is going to come a point where you are going to be walking down into the dark, okay? You make it halfway down the hallway, okay? And you
Okay.
and halfway down the hall as you're approaching Pete's room, you see 2 shadowy figures near the other end of the hall go running across the corridor. I need you to give me a careful row again, please.
Okay. Okay. So I've got two pluses, one minus, and a blank.
Two
So I've
pluses,
got
one
a.
minus.
So I'm at a 3
Okay, you're at a free.
for careful.
Okay, so you realize this isn't a dream. There's at least 2 people in this house. Okay, and it is not. It's obviously not going to be Heinrich because Heinrich removed himself a little while ago. So there are at
Mhm.
least 2 people in the dark near the end of the hallway that you saw run across the hallway. I need you to give me a quick roll, please.
Oh, a quick roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because my quick is not very quick. Hold on. Oh, that's my quick is at 1. Oh, geez, I'm a slowpoke. Oh, would you see that? I've got 2 pluses and 2 blanks, so now I'm at a 3 for quick.
Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Okay. You see 3 more people emerge from the shadow at the end of the hallway. You're up to 5. 5 people near the end of the hallway.
Okay.
You catch the glint of what appears to be a green dot as one of them scurries across the hallway.
A green
A
dot.
very bright green dot, like a laser. Give me
Okay.
another quick roll, please.
This is not red. Okay, so have I not made it to Pete's room by now?
Oh no, this is
Oh,
happening.
gee.
This is happening very quickly.
Okay, so I've got 2 pluses, 1 minus, 1 blank. So I'm at 2 for quick now.
Okay.
It's not going too fast, too far.
Okay. You hear something. Check the rooms. Check the rooms. We need to find him. Check all the rooms.
How far away am I from Pete's room right now?
You're 2 doors away. Okay. So,
So
yep. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna drop to the ground and crawl as fast as I can. I don't want anyone to see me, but I obviously need to get to Pete so that we can both somehow escape. He's still the muscle, so I
Fair
can
enough.
hide behind him.
Fair enough. So,
So I'm crawling now.
I would say
You can wake him up.
I would say that you make it to Pete's door. As you make it to Pete's door, keep in mind Pete's door is closed and you're on your stomach scurrying down this hallway in the dark. As you make it to Pete's door, you look up. So far, you've seen 5 shadowy figures. 5. You're pretty sure now that as you looked up to grab the door handle, you peered down the hall and you saw what looked like another 3. So now your count,
Eight?
if your count is right, you're up to 8.
The heck? Okay.
So
Oh,
you're not going to be able to open up this door on your stomach. You're either going to have to jump up and try to open the door, or you're
yeah.
going to have to get up on your knees and twist that doorknob. But from the floor, you're not opening this door. So I need to know how you're going to accomplish this.
I want to carefully get up on my knees to open the door. I just need to open the door handle. I don't need to be standing upright.
Fine. No problem. Pete, does your character keep that bedroom door locked or unlocked?
Oh, yes, he would.
Locked or unlocked? Sorry.
Oh, locked for sure. Yeah.
Locked. Okay. You jump up on your knees, you go to turn that doorknob, that door is not opening because Pete kept the door locked.
Oh, damn it, Pete!
You hear this? Have you found them? Have you found them? Report in. Have you found them?
Okay, I'm dropping back to the ground. I'm crawling back one door to the room just before his.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go hide in there for now. I don't wanna be seen.
Okay, fair enough. So, I'm gonna say that door is unlocked. You turn the doorknob, you scurry into the room, you carefully close the door, you look around, you're in a bathroom. You're in a very narrow bathroom. You have yourself a toilet, a sink, and a window.
How big is the window? How big is the window?
The window, I would say, is about 2 by 4. But keep in mind, you are on the second story of this mansion. And what Heinrich may have forgot to tell you when you chose to spend the night there is he has bars on all the windows.
Oh.
I was going to say, like any mad scientist, doctor.
Yeah. Heinrich is very specific about his security.
They were actually there to keep things from getting out, not from getting in.
Well,
okay, so hold on.
I would agree with that because somehow there's 8 people in the house right now looking for someone.
I almost just coughed up my beer.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on. One of my character stunts is survival of the fittest, where I get +2 in quickly evading situations that threaten my survival.
Okay.
So can I use that to my advantage somehow?
You tell me how you're going to use it. What approach is that stunt tied into?
I guess that would be the clever.
To cleverly read the stunt to me again.
Survival of the fittest. I get a +2 in quickly. Oh, never mind. It's quickly.
It's quick.
Quickly. You're right. Sorry. In quickly evading situations that threaten my survival. So, okay, my idea was I'm a slim person. So maybe, depending on the outside structure of the house, I could have snuck through the window and climbed through his window, broke it somehow, and went in. It's glass.
So
I'm
hold on.
still on the out. There's a lot more space between me and those goons out there.
Okay, so I just want to be clear on what you just said. Okay, so
Okay.
you're saying you're in the bathroom. You're
Well,
going.
you said I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah, no, no, I did. So hear me out.
Okay.
You're in the bathroom. You are going to open the window, and you are going to use your stunt to find a way through the bars on the window to try and scurry along a ledge on the second story to the room that Pete's in right now asleep to get into that room and wake him up. That's what you said.
Well, that was my idea before you said there were bars on the windows. Now I have to figure out what to do about the bars because there's
Create a situational aspect. Tell me how you're going to evade this. Because right now, yes, your character believes that her life is in imminent danger. There are 8 people in the house looking for someone, and I'm going to go so far as to say that beyond what you heard, that green dot that you think you saw, the more you think about it, the more you realize that looked like a laser scope on a gun.
well, usually those are red, right?
No,
Or
not all the time.
not all the time. Okay.
Not all the time. So yeah,
Okay.
you feel like your life is in danger. So you're
Okay.
in this bathroom right now. Tell me how you're going to get out of this situation. Walk us
Okay. So
through it.
so first thing is first. I'm going to lock the door.
Locked.
Okay. Um, with the hopes that they're going to try Pete's room first. That's also locked, so that's gonna slow them down a little bit. Oh, before they get to me.
Yes. So
Um.
Pete. So let's draw this out visually on a map. Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely. This bathroom is closer to the room that you were sleeping in
Exactly.
than it is to Pete's room. These individuals are working their way room by room down the hall from the other end of the hallway. So you do know that based on what you've seen, they are more likely going to get to Pete's room before they get to this bathroom.
Exactly. That's why I
Assu-
went back. Not
assuming
for.
assuming that they stick to their original search routine. And it looked like, you had 8 of these individuals going 8 rooms at a time. Okay? But again, um I'm actually going to ask you to give me a clever roll right now.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, so my clever is 3. I have 1 plus, 2 minuses, and 1 blank, so I'm down to a 2. I guess I'm panicking more than thinking straight.
Okay. So you're pretty sure that based on what you saw in terms of their search pattern, 8 of these people going 8 rooms at a time, you think, think that there's enough rooms between where you are hiding right now and their search pattern of 8 rooms at a time that even if they get to Pete first, you think that they would not find you in the bathroom once they find Pete. You're not sure, but you think.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a dark hallway, so I didn't count really how many doors
Uh huh.
there were. I just know that I put Pete's room between me and them.
Yeah.
And they were saying, were you looking for him? So if they're looking for a male, assuming it's Pete, because there are people looking for him already. Once they find him, chances are they're not going to look through the rest of the rooms. At least that's my thoughts.
Yes. But
Um,
you gave me a row a moment ago. I have to emphasize this. You think you are not 100% sure. So
Exactly.
there is every real possibility that they may kick in that bathroom door and Pete's door at the same time. So
Possibly. Yes.
there is still that sense of urgency in your character about
Yes.
what the hell do I do to get out of here? It's a bathroom, it has a sink, it has a toilet, it has a window with bars on the window. If you can tell me how you are going to use your stunt to get out of this situation based on what you may or may not find in this bathroom, we can see if it works.
Okay, so I'm going to be looking. Is there a medicine cabinet or something like some sort of a cupboard in
Sure.
there that I can look through? Because the first thing I'm going to look for is something sharp, or well, I'm going to open the window to see what's holding these bars in place to see if it's something that I can maybe use,
Okay.
you know,
So I'll
to
I'll
loosen up.
I'll tell you
Maybe a
what.
straight blade of some
Okay.
sort.
I'll tell you what. Um, you open the window.
Hmm.
Tell me how far apart the bars are. The bars are security bars. They're on the window, supposedly to keep people out. I
Okay,
will.
so if there's security bars, they wouldn't be more than 2 to 3 inches apart.
Okay. So you're not going to suddenly magically shrink to be able to
No,
squeeze yourself
I'm
through them. So
I'm not a cat,
yeah. So
unfortunately. I can't do that.
that's out of the question. So yes, you go to the sink. Just above the sink, there is a medicine
But
cabinet.
hold on. But are the screws holding the bars getting rusty? Can I give it maybe a quick shake? And I mean, my forceful is not very high, but are they rusty enough that I could maybe knock one side out?
Okay, so let's be very clear about this. You're locked in a bathroom.
Yes.
You are going to try and create a situational aspect. You've opened the window and you have checked you've checked the bars to see if any of the bars are loose. Maybe you can kick one of them out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say that we are going to attach this situational aspect to your stunt, okay? Because you definitely feel like your life is in imminent danger. So remind me of what your stunt is, please. Survival of the fittest?
Uh, I get a +2 when quickly evading situations that threaten my survival.
Fair enough. So, you tell me, do you think that one of these bars is loose enough that you can kick it out of the window?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm going to
so
say yes.
here's what I want you to do. I want you to give me a quick row. I want you to add that quick row to your approach and then add your stunt as well. I need to know what you get for a quick.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the roll that I had done before your thing crashed. I had a two pluses, one minus, and a blank, so that gives me one. And then we're talking about quick is one, that's two, and a +2, that's four.
Okay,
So that's my stunt, my roll, and my actual approach.
perfect. You take boots to this one bar. You give it a
What
couple,
boot? She's in bare feet.
well, proverbially speaking, somehow you manage to wiggle or kick the bar free. Their bar falls out of the window and tumbles into the darkness outside. You definitely have the ability to squeeze yourself through this space now to get outside. So you do have the ability to get out of there.
Okay, so I get out there and I hold
So
on
do I
for dear
slam the security
life.
shutters down now or wait till later?
No, you don't. There's no security shutters.
Okay,
It's my house.
so
I was going to say they
you're
go off as soon as a bar, one of the bars are
you're
taken
out on this
out.
ledge in your bare feet. The ledge is very narrow. So you really kind of have to try and hold on to the wall as tightly as you can and hold your balance not to fall backwards. So you're out on this ledge. You can definitely still hear commotion coming from the house. What do you do now?
Um, well, I'm gonna try and make my way across the ledge to Pete's room to either, knock on the glass or something to try and get his attention
Okay.
without those goons actually hearing me,
Sure.
you
So
know,
Pete
hallway versus outside.
so Pete's room is a little bit way down the hall, one or two
No,
rooms.
it can't be. No, no, no. Hi, I just went into the room right next to Pete's room.
Yeah, that's
It
fine.
can't be that way down.
That's fine. So you're scurrying across the outside of this building and your bare feet on a very narrow ledge. You get down to the next room. Surprise, surprise. There's security bars on that window too.
That's fine.
Okay.
But
What do
I
you do?
can't. I reach my hand in between the bars,
You said they're
or
2 inches wide.
So okay.
I
So
took 2 to 3. Okay, I'm slim built.
fine. So you're holding on to one bar with one hand to prevent yourself from falling down the side of the building. You take the other hand, as much of it as you can fit through the bar, and you go,
Duck, knock, knock. Yeah, exactly. So I can't break that glass or anything
fair
with a
enough,
sword.
fair enough. Pete, give me a mental roll, please.
A mental
Yeah,
roll?
sorry,
Better wake up, Pete,
careful.
already.
Give me a
Oh,
careful
careful.
roll.
Okay.
What a
This
special
guy's-
forces guy. You sleep like a log.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's about time you woke up, Pete, with all this commotion outside.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Hold on, 3 or 4. A -2. That's actually worse than last time.
Oh, jeez. So,
I
Reroll.
no, no,
He
well,
he needs to wake up
so,
already.
so you know what? Yeah,
sleeping though.
I'm gonna say you can either use a fate point to re-roll that, or you can accept the roll for what it is. You tell me what you want to do.
I accept the roll because I'm actually physically asleep. So
Okay. So, Maya's on the ledge going, and Pete's in the room going,
Oh my God, Pete.
okay. So, at about that point, Pete, give me another row. I'm going to ask you for a quick row this point.
I was gonna say Christiane. You mean or me?
No, you. Sorry, you, Greg.
Oh,
I need you to give me
a quick.
Yeah, give me a quick row.
Okay. So,
Okay, and what are these goons by now? I thought they
oh
were
my god.
searching. There's 8 of them searching rooms.
There are.
Haven't they gotten to Pete's room already?
Oh, they're about to.
Okay. Here we go. I have 3.
Three. Okay. So, Pete, um, you get jolted awake
Finally.
just as the door to your room gets
Explodes
kicked,
inwards.
gets kicked in. Kicked in. Okay? You have enough time to look over and see this guy dressed head to toe in black with a rifle come through the door. Okay? Just as he comes through the door, you sit up in your bed. You're like, oh, and he screams, I found someone! What do you do?
Reach for my gun, which I would have on a nightstand near me.
Fair enough. What do? You reach across, you grab that gun, it's in your hand. I'm even go so far as to say the gun is cocked. You always keep one in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
I was gonna say it has a.
He's in the room, definitely. He just screamed that he found someone.
Okay, I'm gonna yell at him to drop his weapon. I'll give him like 1 second.
Okay, so he hears you screaming. He brings his gun up to bear. Big ass assault rifle pointed at you. You see it coming up. Give me a quick roll.
Minus 1.
Perfect. You have enough time to react as he brings this gun up at bear on you. What are you going to do?
Shoot him.
Okay. I want you to get yeah. You know what? We're gonna say this. You're gonna shoot him. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna aim, or are you just gonna take a random shot at the guy? If you're gonna aim, I need to know where you're aiming for.
Okay, I'm gonna aim the arm. Sorry, the hand.
You're gonna aim at the arm or the hand.
The arm or the.
Okay.
At the hand.
Okay, give me 1 second. Give me one more quick roll.
Okay. Jesus. 2.
Okay. You fire one off. It hits him. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit him where you expected it to hit him. You aim for the arm. Okay. Instead, it hits him in the chest. Like, I'm going to say it hit him on the right side, up around the breast. Okay. This guy drops this gun as he throws his hand over his chest and falls forward to the ground. He lets out a sound as he goes down. Okay? Give me another quick roll, please.
Okay. -1.
-1.
Oh.
Okay. As he hits the ground, can we agree that by this point your character is now standing on his feet and, a very assertive position with his gun?
I'd say if he's not, I'd say he probably, because of his experience, he could have taken the shots from laying down in bed. So he reached over for his gun.
Perfect.
Sat up in bed and shot from there.
Put one in the guy's chest. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So, as this guy hits the ground, another guy, dressed exactly the same way, armed with the same type of gun, comes rushing through the door, except he's got his gun already up and ready to fire. Okay? He screams, "Get down!" What are you going to do?
Shoot.
You're going to shoot. Okay. Give me a quick roll.
If he's breaking into my room at night, he's not breaking and say, "Pete, we're here to help."
That's fine. And you know what? You know what? We know that you're on the run, so I'd probably maybe have the same reaction.
Oh, that's not good. -2.
-2. Okay.
Anthony, I think we should get you to print out actual fate dice.
Okay. So,
sure,
-2.
That's easy. How big?
Yep. Okay.
Normal size.
-2.
Bah, where's the fun in that?
Greg.
I know.
This guy sees you with the gun in his hand. He's not here to play games. He takes a shot at you. Okay? Now, I'm going to say the shot hits you based on your dice roll. You're quick. Okay?
Okay, here's a question.
Yep, go for it.
So I blow that quick note when he comes in.
Yep.
Can I blow a fate point, roll off? So if I'm in bed laying like this way, my head's this way, he's coming in the room right here.
So this is the second guy now, right?
Yeah, this is the second guy. Could I blow a fate point by rolling off a bed if he was going to shoot me?
I would say you can either blow a fate point to add +2 to your original row, or you can blow a fate point to re-roll the row entirely.
I would do add plus. So I was out of -2. I'm gonna blow a fate point to re-roll the roll.
Okay, so keep track of the fact that you just blew a fate point and re-roll it.
Yep, I'm gonna. So let's take care of the fate point first. Okay, then it's quick. So here we go. Oh my god.
So remember, you're adding your quick approach to what.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm just rolling straight. Okay, here we go. -2.
Okay.
Oh no, I've just been rolling really bad today.
No,
So.
that's okay. You hit him. You fire one off at him. I need to know where you hit him.
Oh, I head or chest.
Head or chest.
I'm calling for.
So you're shooting
a kill shot.
A kill shot.
Yeah.
Okay. You put one right between this guy's eyes. He slumps over on top of the other guy who you've already shot in the chest. Give me another quick roll.
They're like lemmings.
So we're down to 6. You've taken out 2. We're down to 6.
One.
Okay. You have enough time to leap out of your bed, and your only option now is to go through that open door.
So well, before I go through the open door, I'm going to actually grab one of their assault rifles.
So you grab...
Check the clip.
Yep.
I'm going to take the one that has the most ammo.
Done. So you've now got this high-powered assault rifle on you. Okay.
Yeah. And I put my handgun in my back.
Okay. So you're now... Explain this to me, by the way. What were you sleeping in?
Commando!
Yeah.
This is a family-oriented game, okay?
This becomes very careful.
Keep it good, huh?
I need to know where that second gun is going. So, what are you sleeping in?
Where are you hiding that second gun?
He was wearing his Pinocchio underwear, but I'm gonna say good old boxers.
Okay, so
and you want to stick a 5-pound firearm in your boxers?
No. Before I leave the room, I would do the action hero, throw the jeans on. I'm still going to be in bare feet.
Okay.
And no top.
Okay.
But I will throw a pair of jeans on before
you're throwing the jeans on. I need another I need another quick throw.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that...
Come on, he's
you will definitely get the jeans on. My only question here is, are you going to get them on before another person comes through that door?
How's a 3? A +3.
Yeah, you get them on. So, on come the jeans. Down the back of the small of the back goes this firearm. I really hope you remember to turn the safety on. You grab the assault rifle. You grab the assault rifle, the one that has the most ammo in the clip to the best of your knowledge. And you
magazine, guys. It's a magazine.
Either way, you burst into the hallway. You burst into the hallway. Okay? Leaving 2 guys pretty much dead on the floor behind you. Now, as you burst into the hallway, give me a quick roll, please.
It's a good thing I picked 3 for quick.
Oh, for combat.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. See, I just cursed it right there. Oh, man. A -2 on that.
Okay, as you burst in, no worries. So, I need to know, you've spent a fate point already. Are you going to spend another fate point to either re-row or add to that row?
Okay, so that roll, was that for me going out of the room then?
You've already left the room. That row is to determine what happens next. Because remember, you personally don't know how many people there are. All you know is two people with high-powered assault rifles just burst into your room while you were sleeping.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually, Pete would blow. So, okay, so Pete's leaving the room after two guys coming in. As he leaves the room, he is going as cautiously possible in his mind. So if he thinks he's not doing it good enough, I'm going to blow a fate roll and re-roll the roll.
Go
So,
for it.
so I knocked the fate point off.
So you're down to 3 fate points now.
Yeah, it's oh my god. I think I did worse. Minus one. Minus four.
-4.
Minus. I'm not joking. -4.
Okay. So you exit the room.
And get slaughtered.
Just as you exit the
Yeah,
room,
that's
Heinrich is absolutely right. You come out into this hallway. Muzzle of the gun first because you're ready to take aim and start firing. And as you come through the door, you take one to the side of the head with the butt of a gun. Okay?
Ooh.
Now,
Yep. I forgot my bandana, my Rambo thing.
that's fair enough. Okay. So, here's what I want you to do. I want you to give me another quick roll.
Oh, Jesus. Plus one. -1.
-1? Okay.
Yep.
That hurt like a son of a bitch. I'm going to say it doesn't knock you out, but you take one to the side of the head with the butt of a gun. It knocks you off your feet and sends you flying down the floor. Now, I'm going to say right now, there will be a consequence to this. You are going to want to mark this consequence, okay? We will resolve consequences in a minute, but you just got hit in the side of the head by the gun, or the side of the head by the butt end of an assault rifle. Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll talk about consequences in a few minutes, but right now you've been knocked off your feet and it stunned you for a minute. Okay. I'm gonna say it stunned you for enough time that the person that hit you with the butt of that gun is quickly approaching you and has already taken aim at you. Okay? Now, you have lost the assault rifle that you had in your hand because it went scouring across the floor when you hit the floor. You're crumpled up. I would say for a moment or two, you shake it off. Okay? You roll over to see what the hell's going on, and you see 5 more people approaching you down the hall. So there's one person in front of you, 4 more flanking him, 2 on each side. They are dressed identical to the way that the 2 you just plugged in the room were dressed. I need to know what you're going to do. Okay? What you hear them say is, don't move. And then you hear someone behind the lead guy go, is it him? Is it him? What are you going to do?
I'm putting my hands up.
Okay? You put your hands up. Fair enough.
A little late for that now.
Hey,
fair
but they
enough.
did come in one at a time.
Well, I'm still outside, by the way. Let's not forget.
Okay. Oh, I haven't forgot about this. So Maya,
I'm holding on. Well, I was hiding with all this happening.
you were holding on to the ledge, sorry, to the bar outside the window, trying to get Pete's attention. Just as you're rapping on the window, you hear, and you realize what you're hearing is gunshots.
Yeah, so I was a little too late trying to warn him
Yep.
or
So
whatever.
I need to know what you're going to do now.
Um, well, I'm gonna pull my hand out, the one that I was
So
tapping on the
you're
window
holding
with.
onto the security bar with one. You've pulled your hand out with the other. What next?
So I'm going to press against the wall, the outside wall, as much as possible, but keep on holding on to the bar so I don't use my balance and fall, and wait for the action to slow down, and then think about going back to that bathroom I came from.
Okay. So for about 90 seconds, you hear and a lot of commotion coming from the house. And suddenly, silence. You can't hear anything. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna very carefully go back to the bathroom window
Okay. So you get
and and keep listening for any noise coming from the
so
inside, just in case.
so I need to understand something here quickly. Have you actually gone back into the bathroom, or are you still outside the house? Um,
Right now, I'm still outside the house. As long as that I'm hearing noise, I'm gonna try and hold on to the bar and not fall off.
okay, fair enough. Now, you're hanging on to the outside of the bar. Okay. And you're, just by the bathroom window now determining whether or not you should go back in. It's at that point that I'm going to ask you to give me a clever row.
Oh dear, I'm doomed. Okay, what's the roll for?
You'll find out in a minute.
Okay.
So add whatever your clever score is to your approach.
Yeah, I got two blanks, a plus and a minus, so that all wipes
What's what's
itself
your
out.
what's your clever?
Three.
Your clever is
I'm
a
a
3?
three.
Perfect.
Yes.
You have enough common sense after you've stood out against this window for a couple minutes. You're not hearing anything, and you go, oh shit, what if? And you think to just look over your shoulder down at the front of the house in front of you. And you realize when you turn around and look that what you see is a bunch of unmarked black SUVs with one distinguishing feature on every single one of them. There's let's be clear, okay? You had
Hmm.
8 people in the house, so what you see is 4 black SUVs. And
Okay.
what you see on the top of every single one of them are emergency sirens. So, what you just realized, and keep in mind, you're not aware that Pete has already plugged 2 of these people, is that whoever these people are, they are driving vehicles that lead you to believe that they belong to some law enforcement agency. So,
Hmm.
you're hanging out on the window by the bathroom. You now realize there's some what look to be cop cars in front of the house. What are you going to do?
Is there any more noise coming from the hallway?
You hear noise, but you can't distinguish what it is. It is not guns that you hear now. It's a muffled sound, but again, it's not gunfire.
Hmm. Okay, so the next thought that goes through my mind is that I want to get off this ledge before I fall out, off of it.
Fair enough. So, here's what I need.
Get in.
Yep. Are you going in or are
So
you going down?
No, I'm gonna go in. We're on the second floor. I'm in my bare feet.
Yep.
I don't
Okay.
know what I'm gonna land on.
Fair enough.
So ideally, I would want to go back in, sneak back to my room, and look for a phone.
Okay. That's
Call this Heinrich crazy dude,
okay.
because he's probably oblivious to all of this.
Okay. So you go back inside. You climb back in through the bathroom window.
Hmm.
You quietly creep across the floor. The bathroom door is in front of you. It's still closed. Okay? There is a keyhole lock just below the handle in the door. Here's what I need to know. Are you going
Okay.
to hide in the bathroom? Are you going to open the bathroom door? Or are you going to peek through the keyhole lock?
I'm gonna peek through the keyhole lock to see if I can find or can see anything in that immediate view.
Okay.
You see an
Uh,
Um,
eyeball.
here's what I'd like you to do. Yeah, no, she does not see an eyeball. Here's what I'd like you to do. Give me
but
a
hold on, hold on a sec. Am I still hearing any noises outside the hallway, or
yeah.
just noises in general?
No, you're hearing muffled noises as you get closer to the door. You can make it out. What you hear is it him? Is it him?
Okay, so if I'm hearing that kind of noise, I'm just gonna sit still in the bathroom because obviously they're still outside, and I don't want to be caught.
Okay.
Or maybe go hide in the bathtub. Is there a
Nope.
like a
You have a
shower?
you have a toilet. You have a
Oh,
sink. You have a medicine cabinet.
and that's
Nothing
it.
else to hide in. I mean, you could maybe hide on one side of the toilet. I would say the toilet's more towards one end of the bathroom. The sink is closer to the door. The medicine cabinet's above the sink, but there is enough room that if you really, really wanted to, you could crouch down next to the toilet and hide. I mean, it's not going to prevent anyone from seeing you if they come in there, but there is a certain amount of space between where the toilet is and where the door is.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just as long as I'm hearing noises in the hallway that I can recognize or I can tell what they're saying, I'm just gonna lay low and sit still inside that bathroom.
Fair enough. So, Heinrich, it's about 2 a.m. in
Hmm.
the morning, 2:15 in the morning. You're, sound asleep. And I need you to give me a careful roll, please.
This is my character. Careful? Seriously?
Yep, just give me a careful roll.
All right. So my careful is 1. So with the roll, I am roll
So we're gonna finally wait.
No, don't even show it to me. Just tell me what you get. Okay, so
1
one.
plus
Oh,
Or
1,
yeah,
2,
fair enough.
total 2.
Yep, perfect. So, you get woke up to hear off in the distance what sounds like automobiles rushing towards your house. You know, the house where Maya and Pete are. Okay?
Okay.
So, you peek through your window just in time.
Why? I got surveillance cameras. They're everywhere. I know where everybody is.
Okay, that works
he's checking
too.
on his phone.
So, fair
You
enough.
check on your phone.
You check your surveillance cameras and you realize that there are four black SUVs with flashing emergency sirens headed up the long driveway towards your large house. I need to know what you do.
Wait.
You wait. Okay.
Oh, make popcorn.
Okay. So you pop popcorn. You sit there in the dark in front of the security monitors watching to see what happens. Okay. Pete,
Very lovely.
you're staring down the barrel of an assault rifle pointed directly at your head. There is the one guy in front of you. There are four guys around him, flanking him, two on each side. Okay, for a total of five. Now, before the guy says anything to you, He says into a microphone that he's got around him, he says, "We found a suspect. Continue searching." Then he looks at you and he says, "On your feet."
Okay, get on my feet.
Okay? I need you to give me a careful roll, please.
A1.
Okay. You make it to your feet. Your head hurts a lot. Okay? So you get to your feet. As you're standing up, the gun is coming up level with you, so it never moves off of you. Guy says, doesn't say anything to you yet. He looks at one of the people around him. He goes, "Give me some lights in here." Two of the people standing directly next to him on both sides go walking by you, still with their guns, go walking down the hall looking for light switches to illuminate the hall. The two that were directly behind them now move forward so
You
that
think they'd have flashlights?
yeah, well, they still want lights, okay? So they move forward to now flank him on both sides. Moment or two go by, the lights turn on in the hallway. He looks at you and he goes, "Who are you? You're not who we're looking for. Where is here Heinrich?
Okay.
And why are you here?"
My name's Pete,
Mm.
and I say
Pete
I live
who?
here.
Pete who?
I tell him my last name, Gillingham.
Okay,
I don't know where Heinrich is.
okay. Into his microphone he goes, "Run the name of Pete Gillingham. Let me know what you find." He looks around, he goes, "If you don't know where Heinrich is, why are you in Heinrich's house? And where are
Because
my
I
other
rent.
two where are my other two men?" He turns around, looks at one of the two guys next to him, and he goes, "Go find."
I was going to say the two guys who tried to shoot me are back there.
Before he even finishes that sentence, he looks at you and he goes, "What do you mean they're back there?" Then he turns around and he looks at one of them and he goes, "Go find operatives 6 and 7 and report back." He looks at you and he goes, "The two men that tried to shoot you." Okay, Pete, what I'd like you to do for me, please, is give me a clever row. I need to know what you're going to come out of this with.
Okay. +1.
+1. Okay. So he's standing there. You're still kind of staggered from the, assault rifle butt that you just took to the head. One of the guys goes down to the room that you were in. He comes back. He reports back. He whispers something into this guy's ear. And then he looks at you and he goes, "You want to explain to me why two of my men are dead? You've just killed law enforcement officials in the process of conducting a lawful search for a wanted individual."
You're a cop killer.
Pretty much, yeah. You're a cop killer. So
So if you're
now
law
is
enforcement, I'm
your
going to say to the
opportunity.
guy,
Yep, now's your
I'm going to
opportunity
say,
to talk your way out of this.
so if you're law enforcement, you came in guns a-blazing without stating who you were. So it's not like you went through the front door and came on a loudspeaker and say, "We are law enforcement." And when you kicked in my room, you didn't even say that as well. You brought up the gun to my face.
Fair enough. So he reaches inside his vest. He pulls out a folded piece of paper and he throws it directly at you. And he says, "In the search for a wanted criminal with a warrant lawfully allowing us to enter this premises. We're not going to stand at the front door, Mr. Gillingham, and announce to that wanted criminal that we're here to take them into custody, especially not somebody with the notoriety of Heinrich. Perhaps, perhaps you should choose in your next lifetime to pick your associations better. He motions forward for one of the guys on his side to move on you. They move forward on you with the intention of putting the cuffs on you. Okay? Now,
Yeah.
I need you to give me a quick roll.
Zero. Friggin' ones.
Okay, you have an option. Fate point to re-roll or to add +2 to that.
I'm gonna roll fate point to reroll.
Okay? You're down to 2 fate points.
Yeah. Oh shit. Zero.
Okay? He moves forward on you.
Man.
He moves forward on you, and before you have an opportunity to say another word, they push you down to your knees and they slap the cuffs on you. They yank you back up. The guy in the lead looks at you and goes, "Well, you're going, there's no coming back from. Get him out of my sight."
Wouldn't they have taken his pistol out of his pants?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say they did. I definitely am going to say they did, because the quick score was to see what he could have done had he hit the target number. So by the time they get around to him and they drop him to his knees, I'm going to tell you they found the gun. So the gun came out, the cuffs went off. You're back on your feet. You're being pushed down the hall towards the stairways leading downstairs. Maya, in the bathroom, you hear a bunch of commotion. Okay? You hear a bunch of commotion. Heinrich is really enjoying this show. So you hear a bunch of commotion.
No kidding. Yeah.
You peek. Are you still peeking through the keyhole in the door?
When the commotion dies down, eventually, I don't want them to hear me moving in the bathroom.
Okay, fair enough.
Bowel movements are terrible things to listen to.
So,
really.
You see them slap handcuffs on Pete, yank him to his feet, and push him down the hallway. By the way, Pete, it is very clear to note that as they push you down the hallway, you're staggering from that rifle blow that you took to the side of the head. Again, we'll talk about the consequence of that blow in a few minutes. So Maya, you're now standing there going, oh. Just in time.
Dun, dun.
Just in time, you hear the guy say, back into his mic on his head. He goes, "We haven't found him. Keep looking."
Honey, I'm losing the audio. I have no idea what you just said.
Okay. So, you see them drag Pete up from the ground with handcuffs on and push him down the hallway. The guy
so I peek through the peephole then.
Yeah, you see all this happen.
Okay, yes.
The guy that was questioning Pete is wearing a headset. You hear him say into the headset, "We haven't found him. Continue searching the house." You're hiding in the bathroom. What are you going to do?
Well, seeing that they didn't really kill Pete, I thought maybe I'll have a chance of survival.
So
if I just sit still.
yeah, yeah, I don't know that your odds are much better here, to be honest with you. So you're pretty sure they're law enforcement. You've heard them say that they're law enforcement. I'm going to say you heard the whole conversation. So they've now accused Pete of murder. Okay. And you
Actually,
know,
can we go back for a sec?
yeah,
Just a quick question. If they're law enforcement, they would have had some ID on the front of their. Would they have any ID on their clothing?
no
Hmm.
ID. So right now you've got these people in tactical gear with assault rifles that are saying they're law enforcement. They rode up into the house in vehicles that Maya has seen that make it look like they're law enforcement, but no. There is nothing distinguishing on this armor that they're wearing that says, "Hey, we're here from Interpol." Okay? They have said they're there looking for Heinrich. Okay. But the only thing you have to go on in terms of whether or not they are actually law enforcement is the fact
That's a
that
car.
they just slapped handcuffs on you and Maya, which by the way, Pete, you won't know yet. But Maya and Heinrich have seen vehicles that make it appear that they are law enforcement. So Maya, you're hiding in the bathroom. No one knows where the hell Heinrich is. Okay. And you've seen them slap cuffs on Pete and you've heard the guy that seems to be in charge say, "We haven't found him. Keep searching the house."
I was going to say, Heinrich,
Scott, I
where
haven't
are
heard.
your drones?
Okay, what's the last thing you heard, Chris?
Just knowing that they're supposedly from some sort of a law enforcement, but I don't really know anything about them aside that they slapped handcuffs on Pete and
Pushed him down the
dragged
hall.
him, and that's it. And then everything just went dead,
Okay,
audio-wise.
yeah. And you've pretty much heard everything. So what I need to know now is based on what you've seen, do you reveal yourself to them and take your chances? Or do you try and find another way out of the house?
How high am I off the ground? I know it's 2 floors, but how
You're
high is
you're on
that?
you're on the second story of a house. You're not
Yeah.
not 2 stories up. The average house floor size I would say is about, why don't we
12
say
feet,
12?
12 to 15 feet.
Yeah, we'll call it 12. So the first floor is
Oh,
12 feet up, okay? And you're on the second floor hanging. If you were to go back out, you'd be hanging off a ledge about 12 feet up. How tall is your character?
I think it was 5'5". And I'm gonna double checking. Yeah, 5'5". So I have about 6.5.
Six and a half. Yeah, six and a
It's
half feet
12 feet up,
approximate.
right?
Yeah, so we'll say that if you were to hang off this
That I
ledge,
have to drop down,
you'd have to drop about 6.5 feet. If the fall probably won't kill you,
but it
but
might hurt me.
the likelihood of you being injured in the fall is definitely there. The other thing you have to consider is you're on a ledge facing the front of the house.
Where all the
That's
cars are.
that's why you saw these vehicles. So
Yeah.
before you could even hope to drop down from this ledge, you would have to find a way to drop down so as to not be seen as these people exit the house with Pete. So you can you can either take your chances of revealing yourself to them, or you can go back out the window and try and find a way down.
Mm. You know what? I am going to take the easy way out and slowly reveal myself. put out a white flag. I surrender. I surrender.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to have you do then. I'm going to have you row your careful row and let me know what you come up with.
By the way, I would highly recommend you flush the toilet first.
Why?
Before you open the door, flush the toilets.
Ha ha ha.
Light a match.
I didn't use it. Oh my god. I have three minuses and one plus, so my careful is 0.
Okay. So you slowly start to open the door. Okay.
You got toilet paper on your
By,
heel.
by this point, okay, the guy that was questioning Pete has moved 2 rooms down the hallway. Okay.
But hold
The,
on, didn't they even try to go to the bathroom?
we're getting there. You're going to want to
Nope.
listen. The guy that was questioning Pete has moved 2 rooms down the hallway. 2 guys are walking Pete out of the house in cuffs. Okay. Which has left 2 guys that are going to continue searching the rooms on the upper floor, and you don't know how many people are still in the house because you also heard him talking into his headset directing someone to continue searching the house. So it's a safe assumption that there's more than what you see in the house right now. Okay.
Mhm.
Remember, originally you saw or you thought you saw 8. You heard gunshots. You don't know what happened, but out of character, we know that Pete just off 2 of these 8 people. So
Yeah,
there is 6 more people in this house in total, based on what you were
Minimum.
based on what you originally saw. Okay?
yeah.
SUVs can hold, why don't we say 4 to 5 people? There's 4 of them in the driveway. So unless each one of these SUVs came with 2 people, it's a safe assumption that there are at least 16 minus 2, at least 14 people in this house. Okay? Just by doing some quick math. So the guy that was questioning Pete has moved 2 rooms forward. 2 people have walked Pete out of the house. There's at least 2 more people on the second floor that are going to start searching rooms again. Now, you start to carefully open the door. I'm going to say that you are doing that. Now, one more row I need you to give me quickly is your quick.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, 2 pluses, 2 minuses, so I'm still at 1.
Okay? That's fine. So this is what you hear as you start to open the door. The guy that was questioning Pete originally has the headset on, and you hear him say, when you get him outside, take him out into the back brush and put a bullet in him. He is no good to us.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, so as you open the door carefully,
Okay.
you hear the guy that was originally questioning Pete
Okay.
saying to his headset, when you get him out of the house, walk him out into the bush and put a bullet in the back of his head. He is no good to us.
Okay, I'm not opening that door. Forget it.
Okay? So, you quickly close the door. I'm going to say you do it before anyone sees you do it. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna crawl back outside and try to get out that way.
Okay? So, you're back out on the ledge. We've already established previously that you can do that. There is less distance between you and the corner of the house than there is if you were to go back down the direction you originally went in to try and rap on Pete's window. Okay, so all I need to know at this point is what direction are you going in? Are you going to go the long way, or are you going the short way and trying to make your way around the corner of the house?
Okay, well, given that there are security bars on all the windows around me, from where I am, I'll try and go around the corner. It's a shorter distance.
Okay.
I just want to see what, maybe he missed a
Yeah.
window or two.
Nope. Fair enough. So
Or maybe
I
there's something I can climb down on.
I am gonna say that the shorter distance requires you to go by free windows with security bars. Okay. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is give me a careful roll for the first window.
Careful roll. 1 plus 2 minus is 1 blank. So
One plus, two
what was
minus.
my careful is 2, so I'm down to 1.
That's fine. You make it by the first window. Give me a roll for the second window.
Oh, that's nice. So 3 pluses, 1 minus. So that's a 4 for careful.
Absolutely make it by the second window. You have one more window to go before you hit the corner of the house.
Okay, one more roll. I'm at a 2
Perfect. You
for
make it by
careful.
the last window. You get to the corner of the house. Okay. You slowly work your way around the corner of the house. You're now on the other side of the house. Okay. Um, there's about 6 windows going down the side of the house. Okay.
Are
Now,
there any structures that I can hold on to and climb down? Like some sort of a pole, a tree, anything
A
close by?
trellis,
you
a
you tell me. This is
A
your opportunity.
garage where I can jump on that roof because it's closer to me. And
no. The rose is going up the trellis. If you want to go and do that, sure. But watch out for the roses.
Okay. So
they have thorns.
this is absolutely your opportunity to create a situational aspect to get yourself down to the ground. Okay. The only thing is, if you remember, creating aspects does cost you fate points. Okay. So,
Okay, so
uh,
hold on. I created a situational aspect before when I kicked out the bar from the bathroom to begin with. And I only had 1 fate point, so now I don't have any fate point.
yep. So then,
Okay, then I can't.
okay. So,
So
I'm
can
stuck
I play
with you.
now?
so Heinrich,
Yes.
it's your house. So if there is a
Well,
way for Maya to make it down to the ground,
of
now is
course.
now is your opportunity to um, let's say invoke an aspect to help your party member, but it will involve a fate point. Okay.
I'm about to do something awesome, but
Go for it.
I mean, she
I'm
doesn't.
afraid
Okay.
of that.
So, oh yes, be very afraid.
Well,
Okay,
knowing
so
you,
just
yes.
before they pull Pete out the front door, as they approach the front door, I lock the house down.
So
So,
they're okay. So to be very clear, how are you doing this? And
okay.
will a lockdown allow Maya to get back out of the house? That's what I need to know.
Oh no, unfortunately by that point she's already climbed out the window, so she might be hanging outside for a bit.
Okay. Okay.
This is where it gets fun.
Take us through it.
Okay. Um, all the doors deadbolt to begin with. Then all the security shutters come down on every window.
And to be
Yeah.
clear, so to be clear,
You and your security shutters.
this is
Okay.
all happening before Pete makes it out of the house, correct?
Correct.
So Heinrich, just to be clear here, You are looking to create or invoke a situational aspect. You are going to spend a fate point to do this. So, how many fate points are you currently at?
I'm at 4.
So, you're going down to 3. Okay. So,
Correct.
you have locked down the house. Unfortunately for Krista's character, you did it after she exited the building. So, Maya, you've made it around the side of the house. You've still got to figure out how you're going to get down to the bottom of the house. Now, Greg, for your character, let's talk about the consequence that you've suffered as a result of that butt to the side of the head. I need you to check off one stress box on your character sheet, please.
Okay.
We're going to document this as a concussion. Okay.
Okay.
You took one to the side of the head. You're kind of staggering around, having a hard time walking because that hurt like a son of a bitch. Okay? Now, Heinrich is going to spend a fate point to invoke a security lockdown on his house. Heinrich, explain to us what happens, please.
All the doors deadbolt to begin with. Security shutters slam down on every window and every opening, including the fireplace. Uh, right after that, I released the sleepy gas.
Okay, so
So,
is this gas designed to neutralize or is this gas designed to kill?
it's designed to make everyone go,
Okay,
good night, everybody
so
in the house.
Maya,
Not me. Not me.
you have made it around the corner of the house. Okay.
Okay.
As you go past the first set of windows, I need you to give me another row, please. I believe we were operating off of your careful row, so just
Excuse me.
let me
Yeah.
know what you come up with.
Careful. Ooh, I've got 3 pluses, 1 minus, so that's my careful is a 2, so that's 4.
Perfect.
I make it past.
You get to the first window. You're holding on to the bars. Suddenly, you see this as a giant metal shutter goes flying across the window.
Okay. Was that on which side of the bars is that?
On
Am I
the
still
inside,
holding on
it's
to the
on the
bar?
inside. You're fine, but
Okay. Okay.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then you hear the next window down, and the next window after that, and the last window,
Mm,
and you realize that it sounds like metal being slammed shut every time you heard it. Okay,
yeah.
so Heinrich, you have locked down the house. Please subtract 1 fate point from your character sheet for creating this situational aspect.
Yep.
And you have released the sleepy gas. Now,
Yep.
we are going to check one thing. So, Greg, I would say by this point they have escorted Pete down to the main floor of the house where the door is open wide. They think that they are going through that front door. And even though the door is open, this giant metal barrier comes slamming down from the floor, from the ceiling to the floor, blocking their escape. Okay? Heinrich,
Yeah.
I would like you to give me a quick roll, please.
Okay. uh, two two pluses. Hold on a second. 2 pluses, 1 minus, and a 0.
Okay. So
So that's
the
1
minus,
plus.
yeah,
1 plus on my quick would be 3.
perfect. Okay. So these people did not have time to react. So any precautions that they may have had with them to avoid situations like this, they didn't have enough time to throw on any gas masks they may have had or anything like that before the gas starts filling the house. Pete, I need you to give me a quick row, please.
Sorry, what was that? You cut out?
I need you to give me a quick row, please.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Really not your day, is it?
Zero. Zero.
0. Okay.
Yeah. 3 1s and
No,
2 6s
hey,
and a 5.
that's fine. So, how many fate points do you have?
2.
Okay, I'm going to give you a choice here. You can either re-roll that, or you can add +2 to that row.
I'm going to add +2.
Okay, spend the fate point. You're down to 1 fate point. Um, you're already feeling kind of wobbly from the blow you took to the side of your head. So I'm going to say that by the time you made it to the front door, you were kind of already slumped forward. So
Yeah.
when this lockdown was initiated and you were hit by the same gas that everyone else was hit with, you had less distance to go to fall to the ground. So you just kind of slumped forward and flopped to the ground, avoiding any potential further injury.
Mhm.
Okay? So,
Plus, I added 2 to the roll and got 0. So
yeah, you're fine. You evaded it. That's why I asked you about that row. So,
okay.
Anthony, Heinrich realizes now from his security cameras that everybody in the house has gone sleepy by. And Maya, your character has made it at this point, I would say, about halfway down the side of the house. At this point, there is nothing that you can see that will allow you to make it to the ground floor, other than um, Heinrich has indicated that there is a set of rose bushes growing up a trellis along the side of the house. So you can continue to make your way down the side of the house looking for a potential way to get to the bottom. One of your fellow players here, Heinrich, because he's the only one that has the fate points to do it right now, can
Hmm.
invoke a situational aspect allowing you to get to the bottom. A ladder magically appears at the end of the house.
Well,
Or,
what about the trellis? Why can't
or,
I just?
well, no, I was going to say, you can definitely climb down the trellis, realizing, of course, because you're the one that pointed it out yourself, rose bushes are usually full of thorns.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
So you're going to make your way down the trellis?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
there already,
no,
right?
that's fair. I will accept that. So what I'm going to ask you to do then, please, is I'm going to ask you to give me 3 quick rows. Okay?
3 quick rolls.
Yep, 3 of them.
Like a quick.
Rows are
Okay.
quick 3 times.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Because
First time.
let's be honest, if you're climbing down a trellis, you're probably going to take some injuries from those rose bushes and,
Yes.
so we're going to see how much of an injury you take.
Okay. So
I'm
first,
surprised you didn't take off some of your clothes to wrap your hands and feet with.
I'd like to stay dressed. It's a cool night.
Oh, Val, there goes the show.
But I mean, come on. I'm hanging on to barely nothing outside the door. Outside the house? Do you really think I have the opportunity to wrap my hands and legs with anything?
No, that's fine. So let me know what you get for quick rolls.
Okay. So
Oh,
first,
well, there goes the show.
yes, there goes to the show. Sorry, Heinrich. Okay. So my quick is 1. Oh, jeez.
The Heinrich cam was watching. Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
I
out for the
know.
popcorn.
My first roll is a -1.
Okay.
My first roll is a -1. My second roll is a. Sorry, after my second roll, I'm at 2 for quick, so that's -1, 2, and and 3
Okay.
goes. That's
So,
for minus
um,
1, 2, and 3.
here's what we're gonna say. You did incur an injury climbing down the.
Minimal,
Yeah,
minimal injury.
minimal injury. Yes. So, ironically, you definitely took some forms. Okay, because let's be clear on this. When you left your room, there was no discussion about, hey, I put on my boots, my shoes, whatever. So I'm gonna say you were wearing pajamas, but or whatever the hell you were wearing at the time, but you definitely didn't have anything on your feet. Okay? So you've been scaling along this ledge in your bare feet. You decided to go down this trellis in your bare feet. I'm going to say, again, because you also don't have any fate points at this point to use to negate this, that by the time you got to the bottom, by some miracle, your hands, they're fine. You seem to, navigate the trellis perfectly with your hands. Your feet are a whole other story. So by the time you got to the bottom of this trellis, your feet have all sorts of thorns in them, and they're not gushing blood, but they are bleeding. Okay?
Mhm.
So I'm going to ask you to mark off one stress box on your character sheet. We're going to call it a minimal injury, and we're going to call it bloodied feet.
Okay.
So,
I have a fix for that.
yeah,
I'm sure you do.
I know. Someone's going to have to tend to this, okay? Because it is going to inhibit her movement slightly.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me just grab this.
All right, so Heinrich, let's turn our attention to you. You have a whole bunch of passed out people in your house and a couple more corpses. You have not seen Maya at this point since she exited the building. As far as you know,
Well,
she's somewhere. You
I know
just
where she is.
do you?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Cameras. I told
Okay.
you. I'm watching the
Yes,
show.
he's watching the show and eating popcorn.
Okay, so you have them on the exterior as well. Fine. So at this point, then you have a whole bunch of passed out people in your house, and you see Maya limping across the side of the side of the building on the ground. Uh, Obviously in some discomfort because her feet are, full of thorns that she's had to pull out, and she's leaving a trail
Hmm.
of blood behind her. Okay?
Oh, time to grab the doctor's bag and head over to Maya.
Okay. So Heinrich heads
How
over to Maya.
sweet.
I would say, Maya, you probably made it around the front of the house and maybe, a quarter of the way down towards where you think Heinrich is. And Heinrich emerges from the dark, pardon me, with a black satchel in his hand, ready to render assistance.
I was going to say Dr. Giggles.
Dr. Giggles. So Heinrich,
Dr. Snoozies.
What are you gonna do to aid Maya here?
Well, first tell her to sit down and you know, I have plenty of alcohol. Let's use the alcohol. Wash the wounds because they'll hurt like a hell. And then
Yes.
and then bind up her feet. You'll make sure they're disinfected and cleaned up, and make sure that she's got something there.
Okay, Maya.
Mhm. Yes.
Heinrich has rendered aid to you. So that stress that you have noted,
Yeah.
okay, you can
Take it out.
actually, Heinrich, how many fate points do you have? You have,
At this point,
yeah.
I have 3.
Okay, so um,
Hmm.
I'm gonna say that for you to do this, and it's not questionable about your abilities, but to remove the stress from her character sheet, you will have to spend one of the fate points to do it because
Sure.
she doesn't have any to spend. So you're down to two, Maya and sorry, Heinrich and Maya. You can remove the stress from your character sheet
Okay.
because Heinrich has uh, healed.
I'm a miracle worker.
And you know what? This is the guy that used you as a human shield last night. So
See, I gave up a fate point for you. I gave up a fate point for you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to be deceived with you by your kindness, but thank you.
Okay, so at this point,
I'm
Maya,
still waiting for the show.
I would at this point, Maya, I would say that he's wrapped your feet. Okay, so your feet are wrapped in bandage and gauze. Okay,
Okay,
but
yeah.
bear in mind at this point you are still in your bare feet. Okay,
You
Heinrich.
do understand? I have a great pair of great feet over there that I can replace yours with if you need one.
No, I like my feet the way they are. Thank you.
Ah,
Okay, Heinrich. Um,
yes.
what next?
Next thing is flush the gas from the house because obviously I want to go back in.
Okay, so
Uh,
you do it.
Sleepy gas will keep these guys under for a while.
Okay,
So open the door. There's Pete, obviously.
yep,
On his face, drooling.
yep.
Sexy. Okay, well I can leave him for a bit. He'll keep. So grab all of the unconscious people and bring
So
them into the main room.
are you searching the house?
Well, I mean, I know where they are,
Okay,
right?
so
So,
give me one moment. I just want to confirm something. So, 4 SUVs, potential occupancy of 4 individuals each. Maya saw a total of 8, of which Pete killed 2.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say that the 8 were all that were actually in the house. So it was 2 per SUV. Um, 2 are dead, which leaves you with 6. So you've found all 6. Okay, 3 of them
the
were
human centipede.
3 of them were upstairs.
I was waiting for that.
Love it. 3 of them were upstairs. Okay, including the guy that appeared to be in charge. 2 of them were escorting Pete through the door when the gas was released. The last one, the last one was in the garage at that point. So that's where you find him. Okay?
Okay.
So you've got all 6, you've gathered them up.
Okay. Strip them.
Fine, done.
Okay, they're all stripped, all
Yep.
naked. Good. Ah, it's human centipede time. Okay, so, uh, yeah, Oh, I'm not that bad. I am bad. I'm not that bad. Okay.
Really?
So
Okay, yeah.
again, we need publicity photos. So put all 6 of them, head to tail. And this is what duct tape is so wonderful for.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
got a little ass to mouth going on here.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, human
jeez.
centipede, baby, human centipede.
What,
So
what
all
did,
6
what did
on the
Scott,
dining
you
room
have
table.
to flash a picture of the human centipede from the movie right now.
Yeah.
When he upload it?
What did you think he meant when he said human centipede? I knew immediately. I'm like, oh my
Ah,
god.
I'm
Mm.
German. What do you expect? No, so yeah, duct tape them all. You'll get some publicity photos.
Okay.
And broadcast and advertise this to Interpol later. Save it on the hard drive. We'll get back to it. It's awesome.
Okay. So, um, yeah.
Duct tape, human centipede. Now we've got a lot of good gear. You can thank me later.
Okay.
So,
So,
Uh-huh.
here's my question for you. Yes, you have 8 assault rifles. Heinrich, what type of guns are they?
oh, of course, Heckler and Koch, man. This is Interpol. H&K 416s.
Okay. Fine. So you have 8 of them. You have
Yep.
you have 8 of these guns, which I'm going to actually ask you to document. Okay. And
Okay.
you have 4 black SUVs sitting in front of your house. And then, of course, you have 6 Interpro agents that are currently ass to mouth.
Indisposed.
And then you have 2 that are dead in the bedroom that Pete was sleeping in.
Okay, so the 2, again, strip them for their gear because, gear
Yep.
is useful.
So it's done. You've got all the gear.
Yep. And, yeah, Write, write on, get a Sharpie, write on the two bodies. Pete did this. Toss them into the room with the other six,
Okay.
and let's see. Where to from here?
So here's my question for you. What do you do with the six that are still alive? Because
Oh,
you've had
well,
your fun. You
they're unconscious now. I've
Yep.
had my fun. You know, I'm basically just going to leave them tied up for the short term because I'm just going to call Interpol and tell them where they can pick up their people
Okay. So then
again.
is it fair to say then that as a residence, this place is blown?
Yes, this
Uh,
place is burned. It was burned the moment the
the moment they
cops
came,
jumped in.
yeah, exactly. Okay. So this is all transpired in the course of about 1 hour. Okay. So at this point in time, from Maya's really disturbing nightmare that someone is going to have to delve into later, okay, to the point where Interpol, or what looks like Interpol, came through the windows and doors and tried to off Pete. Um, I would say you're looking at 75 minutes. Okay, so it is now 3:15 in the morning.
Okay, and by the way, you're going to have to send all this video of these of the human centipede here over to all the media because the police have to be shown to be the incompetent nincompoops that they are,
Okay,
and then
so Heinrich is going to release the footage to the World
yep.
Wide
When we
Web.
centipede,
Okay, so that's fine. You've done it. So in the time it took you to strip them, gather up all their gear, and have your fun with them, I'm going to say that's another 45 minutes. So
Sure.
at this point, you're at 4 a.m.
Okay, load up all the gear into one of the SUVs.
Done.
Check the SUV to make sure there's no tracking devices, GPS, or other devices that can locate it.
Okay, give me 1 second. I need you to give me a. You know what? We're going to call it a clever roll, please.
Okay. Uh, plus
Uh,
2 on the clever roll. My clever is 3,
yep,
so it's 5.
fine. You find a tracking device tucked in under the front passenger side wheel up in the chassis of the vehicle. You yank it out and discard it.
Okay. Oh, all right. And let's see. Hmm. Give Pete some wake up juice.
Okay.
What else do I need to do? Oh yeah, I gotta check his concussion, don't I? Well, there's not
So,
much I can do for concussion. I can wrap his head, but that's about it.
yeah. So Pete, your character has a concussion. Concussions typically last about, I don't know, before you're feeling better. I would say concussions probably last 2 to 3 days before you really start to feel a little bit better. So you're into the second night of this adventure. We're going to say that you're going to have this concussion for a couple days. Okay.
yep.
Um, this will potentially come up in our next game session. So, Heinrich, would you recommend anything to Pete to try and offset some of the um, effects of this concussion?
Take 2 and call me in the morning. The really, there's not much. An anti-nauseant, something to help with a headache, and that's about it.
Okay,
Nothing you can do. It's a
take
concussion.
yeah. So take 2 and call me in the morning. Okay. So it's 4 a.m. in the morning. Pete has been checked out by Heinrich. Heinrich has determined that Pete does have a concussion. Um, You have loaded all of the equipment into the back of one of the SUVs. You have taken the time to upload the video of the human centipede to the World Wide Web, where it is sure to catch the attention of several media agencies by 8 a.m. in the morning. And I need to know what now.
Okay. Well, we
So
gotta
so
go.
this
We
is
gotta get out of this place.
yeah, this place is burned. Okay.
Yep.
So my question
Take everything that you need, everything that's yours, anything that's identifiable, because this place is burned.
So Maya, you won't have to take much because let's be honest, you've only spent one half an evening there. Okay. Uh, Pete, you've been living there with Heinrich
Yeah.
for a while, so you're gonna have a little more to gather up because let's
It's
be
going to
clear.
all fit in one duffel bag.
Perfect. So let's be clear. You told these guys who you were before they started to walk you out of the house, and the guy that seemed to be in charge told someone to run your name. That will be important later. So make sure you leave nothing behind. Okay? Now, Heinrich, at this
Yep.
point, I'm going to say it's safe to assume that Pete has loaded up everything he has into one duffel bag. Okay? You have gathered up everything that is important to you in this place, and you're ready to go. So
Mm-hmm.
by this point, it's about 4:30, 4:45. Are you going
Road
to
trip.
are you going to leave the building standing? Or is this place getting the scorched earth approach?
Scorched earth, of course.
Okay. Is it getting the scorched earth approach with the 6 Interpol agents inside?
No. What do
Okay.
you take me for?
So what's going to happen to them?
Oh, you leave them naked outside,
You
still in the
leave
human centipede.
still in the human centipede. So you're leaving 3 SUVs behind.
Nope, they're gonna get thermited.
Okay. So you're leaving no SUVs behind. So I'm assuming that the 3 cars are going into the garage.
No, I'm just gonna thermite them in the park in the driveway.
Okay, fine. So 3 SUVs are being destroyed. The house is being destroyed. You are not killing the 6 agents. Okay,
Why would I?
I'm just
Why
making.
wouldn't you?
I'm just making sure. Okay, and you've jumped into the back of or into one of the SUVs with all the tactical equipment. Pete, I want to be clear on
I put it
something.
the other way. Sorry.
Okay, so Heinrich has loaded all of this tactical equipment into the back of one of the black SUVs. Okay? He intends to lay waste to this house and everything around it. Here's my question for you. Your vehicle that is currently on site, are you taking it with you or are you disposing of it and jumping into the SUV with Heinrich?
I'm going with Heinrich at this point.
So your vehicle is going to get destroyed then, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
That's why I drove a junker.
That's fine. So my question is, are you getting into the same SUV as Heinrich, or are you
Yeah.
taking one of the other SUVs?
No, I'm going with Heinrich. Considering
Perfect.
with a
Okay.
concussion, no, I'm not going to drive.
Okay. So, Maya, your only way out of here is to jump in the SUV with them. So we'll assume that's what you do. The three of
Yep.
you are now in this
Oh
SUV.
yes, I'm
And
doing.
Heinrich, so the big house is going boom boom. What is happening to the smaller house that you were actually living in?
Oh, it's gonna get cleared out.
Boom boom as well?
No, 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 no. I got important stuff in there. Pick up a call. Pick up the phone. Call my mover. Have him move everything, all the contents in the smaller house, and have them move it to the next secret location.
Okay, okay, that's perfect.
Mm.
So, um, we're gonna call that a wrap. That is the end of night number 2. So, just to be very clear on this, okay?
Hmm.
Heinrich's place has been burned. Um, Pete has put a couple of would-be Interpol agents down. Um, Maya is running around with sore feet, but it's okay because Dr. Heinrich took care of it. And Pete has a concussion from taking one to the side of the head at the butt end of a rifle. Okay? Next game session. We are going to have to determine where you go first. Are you going to follow up with the tiller first, or are you going to go and find our friend Clint Dufresne and find out what he has to say? At the beginning of this session, you guys said that you were going to follow up with the clothier first, but has what just transpired tonight changed your approach for what you're going to do next? That's something that we can determine at the beginning of day number 2. That's it, everyone. That's the end of night number 2 for CanGeeks as fate would have it. Watch for day number 2 coming later next week. Until then, thanks again for watching along and take it easy. Ciao for now.